Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy, the DFS Overlord, back again with another video. And I just got to go ahead and gloat real quick. I really hope you guys took my advice for my 3 plays yesterday. Yesterday, I gave you the Bradley Beal over at 22.5. I also gave you that Capella over at 11.5 and that Jordan Poole over 24.5. All three of those guys smashed those props easily. Brad Bill had like 32 points, Poole had 29, and I believe Capella had like 15 points. So if you follow my lead and played those 3 props, you would have went 3 for 3 and completely cashed out, man. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you plays for today's slate. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, but there's still 2 basketball games to be played on today, February the 12th, Sunday. So I'm going to get into the picks that I like for today. First, I'm going to be looking at Fred Van Fleet here. So Toronto's going up against Detroit, and as you see, Fred Van Fleet's point total is at 20.5. I like him to go over this number and get 21. Looking at his last 5, we see he's averaging 22.6 over his last 5. Now I'm gonna go over the props.cash. If you watch my videos before, you know props.cash is a great resource information tool that I use. Same tool I used to pick those 3 plays yesterday that I went 3 for 3 on. I really highly recommend, if you are like more than just a casual bettor, if you're really into it like me, that you give this website a try. You can click the link in my bio and sign up for a free 7-day trial. But anyway, back to Fred Van Fleet. As you see, he's averaging 19.6 over the season, averaging 22.2 over his last 10, and 22.8 over his last 5. He's been over this 20.5 number 5 out of the last 10 matchups, which isn't bad. The sports books like him to go over. They got a favorite minus 120. If we look at the defense of the Detroit Pistons, they are not good at all. They're 29th in points allowed, 29th in field goal percentage. They're 29th. That's 29, 29, 29. They're 29th against point guards, and they are 28th in free throws allowed. And if we go to the advanced stats, we see that they are 29th again in defensive efficiency and 25th in rebound rate. So I really like Fred Van Fleet to get back to form here. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the season like I have, but Fred Van Fleet has been dropping buckets. He's actually been a little bit more consistent, throughout January than, say, Siakam. I know that because I played a lot of Siakam props where I should have went with Van Fleet and I would have cashed, but I like Fred Van Fleet to pretty much crush this line, this over 20.5. As you see, past guards that have gone up against Detroit, it looks like the majority of them always kind of go over their lines, for the exception of a few. So they're 29th ranked against point guards. Fred Van Fleet tends to score a lot against teams like this, so I like Fred Van Fleet for this first play. Let's go on to our second play. So for the second play, I'm looking at Robert Williams, the third here now. His point total, I feel, is a little low for what his role is going to be. I feel like he's going to be on the floor a lot against Memphis and their bigs. You're talking about the #1 Western Conference team versus the #1 Eastern Conference team. I like this to have like a playoff atmosphere vibe. I feel like, with Jaylen Brown missing, they're just going to have to find more ways to score. More people are going to have to step up. So I like him to get 10 points in this matchup. I haven't even really looked at the stats as far as like the, advanced stats, or to see how good they are against centers, or it looks like they're pretty good against centers. They're ranked 8th. I guess they allow 3-pointers, but I'm sure Robert Williams isn't a 3-point shooter. He's averaging 8.3 on the season, 9 over his last 10, and 9.8 over his last 5. As we see, he went over against Detroit, over against Brooklyn, over against Miami, and over against Golden State. This is more like a hunch play for me. I see Boston is favored by 4, so it's going to be a close game. Going to come down to the wire. Boston looks like they're at home as well. So the sports books like this too at minus 125. Now, centers, let me check. Centers, kind of 50-50 for centers going over here for their point totals. Like I said, this is more of a hunch play, but I just feel like with Boston, not too many people are stepping up outside of Jason Tatum, Derek White, and like Brogdon. Horford doesn't do anything at all. I like Williams to get this number, and I like him to put points on the board early. Normally, these centers, they tend to get the first couple possessions, a couple dishes inside and the post, and nice little hook shots and easy field goals right under the basket. I like him to get this point prop pretty easily against Memphis. Get that 10 points and have us 2 for 2. Let's go on to our last play that I like. So for my last play, this is one that cashed for us the day before yesterday on the 10th. I'm going to go right back to it, and that is Jaden Ivey to get 15 points over. So we're going to look at his last 5. As you see, he's 2 out of 5 for going over this number. He's averaging 15.6 over his last 5. We're going to go back to props.cash. Like I said, if you like the way this software looks, if you like the insights from it, click the link in my bio because you can get access and get a free 7-day trial. We see Jaden Ivey, the sportsbooks like him at -130. He's averaging 15.2 over the season, 15.2 over his last 10, kind of consistent. He dropped 21 against Toronto in their last matchup, and he's averaging 15.6 over his last 5. As you see, he's went over this number 5 out of the last 10 matchups, dropped 24 against Charlotte, 17 against San Antonio. So I like him to get sneak and get 16 in this matchup. As you see, the forwards kind of look like they are like 50-50, maybe even 40-60 on the negative as far as going over against Toronto. But I feel like outside of let's be honest, Detroit doesn't have any superstars. Bogdanovich is probably their most seasoned, reliable player. Jalen Duren had a big game last game. But I feel like somebody like Jaden Ivey, he plays minutes between the low to mid 30s. Looks like Toronto was 27th in field goals allowed. They play at a very slow pace, so that's not really helping us there. Even though that they're favored by 10 and it could be a blowout, I still like Jaden Ivey to get there just off volume and being on the court. This is a little bit more of a riskier play than the others. Normally I would go with the safer option like Bogdanovich, but I feel like his line is a little too high for the spread because if they get blown out, he's somebody that they'll probably take out. They're young guys like Ivy, Killian Hayes. I feel like if they're getting blown out, they just may let the young guys still just get the run. So I like Jaden Ivey to get 15 points. And that's pretty much going to be the 3 props I'm looking at tomorrow. Again, like I said, I like Fred VanVleet to go over 20.5. Robert Williams to get over 9.5, get 10 points. And I like Jaden Ivey to get 14.5 and hit 15 points for our player props, And then after we do that, after we hit this 3 for 3 again, we just go ahead and watch the Super Bowl. So that is the plays that I'm pretty much targeting for this slate. I really hope you guys appreciate this video, all the information and insights that I've given you. If you do, all I ask is that you just like the video, maybe drop a comment if you feel so inclined, and subscribe to the channel for more videos. I really hope you guys also checked out my Super Bowl video. Get your Super Bowl bets in, your Super Bowl prize picks, your underdog plays, your player props in line. And until my next video, I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side. Happy betting, people, and good luck.